Hey everyone, it's Eric from firearmtutorials.com, and today I'm going to talk about the HK USP Compact 45. This is actually my carry gun, and I was doing some other videos with it, and decided to go ahead and talk a little bit about it in detail. So I went with the USP Compact for a couple of reasons. One, I was used to shooting USPs at the range so much, but I was carrying a Glock 19, so I decided to switch to something I was more familiar with. I couldn't go with anything really smaller than this. Like I said, a Glock 19 was what I was using, and that was pretty much the smallest thing I could use. I couldn't use a Glock 26 just because my hands are so big. I feel like I just don't feel comfortable firing them, at least with any degree of accuracy. So I went ahead with the USP Compact. I went on hkpro.com and just put out a wanted to buy ad and said that I wanted a compact in 45. I wasn't specifically looking for the stainless model, but somebody sent me a message and said they had a new in-box stainless version. So we went ahead and made the deal, and I got the gun, and I've been happy with it. I mean, I've had no problems. I honestly haven't shot it much. Like I said, it's my carry gun. I very rarely shoot it. It pretty much just stays loaded and locked in the safe unless I'm out and about and actually carrying it. So, but there were a couple things I actually modified on this gun that I wanted to talk about. And the threaded barrel, of course, is what you might notice. And honestly, that I don't usually carry it with that. One of the few times that I did actually shoot it at the range, I shot it suppressed, and I just haven't put the original barrel back in. So usually I just carry it with the stock barrel. But one of the things, like I said, I have large hands and I'm left-handed. So with those things in mind, what I did was add the extended magazine release here, instead of the little tiny one, which I don't think I have one around here. I don't. Basically, about doubles the size of this thing that I hit with my finger when I want to drop the magazine. I added a little bit of decal grip here on the sides just to give me a firmer grasp on the frame. Like I said, I'm lefty, so I went ahead and did the ambi safety and decocker, which has worked out really well for me. I would say the only negative thing to this is that since I'm left-handed, I carry this gun at about 8 o'clock on my body. So this is the side that is up against my body. So having this lever here is a little bit of a drag because, you know, it pushes up against my body and I could feel it, whereas before I didn't, you know, I had nothing there, so it was completely flush. But I did use the compact levers here, which are thinner than the full size. Here's one of the full size ones. So you see the full size ones stick out more than the compact ones. So I got that, and last but not least, the Spurred Hammer. This gun comes with just a bobbed hammer, and I think the idea behind that is that, you know, it's a compact gun. It's meant for concealed carry, and I guess if you need to draw this from underneath your shirt, you don't want the hammer to catch your shirt or, you know, or any other clothing. So I think that's why they go with the bobbed hammer. My biggest complaint about that is it's really hard to do a chamber check without the bobbed hammer, because when I carry this gun, I carry it decocked and I carry it with the safety on. So if I ever need to deploy this guy, it's basically a sweep with my thumb to disengage the safety, and then it would be a double action pull. But every day when I take this out of the safe to, you know, holster it, I go through the process of making sure it's on safe, which it usually is unless I've been messing around with it, making a video or something like I am now. I make sure it's on safe, I pull the hammer back, and then I open the breech. And as you can see now, it's unloaded. Under normal circumstances, it's always loaded, and there's a round in there. So I verify that it's loaded, decock it, put the safety on, and then I holster the weapon. Without the bobbed hammer, you're stuck doing, let's see, I'll actually do it here because I did it in another video. But so here's a snap cap, and we'll say the gun is decocked. Let's say there's a bobbed hammer and there's nothing to grab onto. You're stuck doing one of these where when you pull the slide back, you're going to also hit the hammer there, and then it's very hard to. Actually, I don't have a round chambered, so it's very hard to do a chamber check without doing that, because once the hammer finally gives, then the slide comes back so easily that the round flies out. So that was the reason I went with the bobbed hammer, and from what I understand, others who carry this gun have pretty much done the same thing. It's a fairly popular thing, specifically for that reason. So other than that, the gun's, I mean, stock. I didn't mess with the trigger or anything, and some people put match triggers in them. I didn't do that for reasons of it basically being a self-defense gun. I think the trigger on it's pretty good. It's not too hard and it's not too soft in double action mode. So that's about it. Yeah, like I said, no complaints. I love the finish on this. Like I said, I wasn't looking for the stainless model, but the finish on this is just outstanding for a factory finish. And it's, like I said, I holster this thing all the time, and the little HK thing here usually rubs off. Let's see. Yeah, you can see it on this one. It's rubbed off a little bit, but with the stainless one, it's held up just perfectly. So that's it. That's the USP Compact, and that's the way I carry it and the things I've done to it. So thanks for watching.